One of the really keys, the central areas of communication in the coaching context is feedback, and feedback specifically that relates to learning or that encourages learning. So we need to understand a couple of things about learning before we start to approach feedback. The first thing is that learning takes place through personal reflection. This is a really important concept. When players do as they're told to do, that's not learning. And there's a lot of research, which we won't go into here, but there's a lot of research on how people retain information. And it's similar to the concept of blocked versus random practice, for example. The things that we are able to do easily without context, the things that we're told to do are not things that we retain. And the object of feedback, the object of coaching is to promote learning. So we have to give the players the opportunity to reflect. That can be a little bit of time. When working with juniors, especially, I've used, and the groups that I've worked with have used the training diaries a lot, that at the end of each practice, there is a few minutes of reflection. And we need to ask questions to promote reflections. What did you just do? What do you want to do on the next action? And the questions that we ask in that context are open-ended. And this is probably a good principle to use just in general, is to avoid questions that are framed to provide yes/no answers. So we want players and people, if we're having a two-sided exchange of opinions or two-sided communication, is that we want to avoid yes/no answers. We know from our own experience, from both sides of this equation, that players will give the answer they expect that the coach wants. So you can all straight away, you can think of an example of what should you do of asking a player, what should you do in this situation? And the player takes a moment to think about it, and 100% they're trying to remember what it was that you told them to do at some point in the past, so that they can give you the answer they think you want. That's the thing to be avoided, and it's a really difficult thing to manage.